Vortex. I said that I would show you some of the posters that I did yesterday. Of course, Paisley wants to sit on them. Okay. I'm gonna save the best for last, okay? Because there's some of these I already showed y'all. But I have the tendency of, like, you know, leaving something alone for a little while and then going back to it. I'm probably going to do that with some posters that I did a few years ago. I'll probably just add some final touches to them. But, let's see. So this one, I think I showed y'all this, but I outlined it. I got these new markers. I'll show y'all. I think they're pretty cool. Like these like metallic markers. So I just outlined some of them. Some of the letters. Principles are way cooler. So, yes, that's true. Very true. I outlined this with gold. It says, just be a good person. Very true. Very true. People get so obsessed with the semantics of that. Like, what does it mean to be a good person? It just means doing the right thing. That's it. Evil should never be deemed necessary. No, it should not. You know how people will say it's a necessary evil? We need to stop saying shit like that because that doesn't even make sense. You know? It really doesn't. It's like with voting. When people say they vote for the lesser of two evils, like, why would you press a button saying that you support evil? Like, oh, well, this evil is better than that evil. This evil is not as bad as the other evil. But you're still, like, culpable. It's like you're complicit in something that you're admitting is terrible. And you want to act like that's your social obligation to be complicit in evil? Yeah, but I really like this poster because I think it pops a lot. Yeah. I really like this one. Get behind me, AI. Does anybody know what Bible reference I am making? I think it's Matthew 16:23. It's actually get thee behind me, AI, but we're not obsessed with the King James Version. I prefer the King James Version, but my bishop told me that you can't trust any of them. So I read this one. The King James is my favorite. It's my personal favorite, but I read this one a lot too. And yes, this Bible has also fallen apart. All my Bibles fall apart because I read them so much. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool to be a practicing Christian and not just an air quotes Christian? But yeah. So this was a reference to, you know, Peter basically telling Jesus that no, you're not going to die. No. Well, I mean, technically Jesus doesn't die because he's born again, but he's trying to interfere with God's will. He's trying to interfere with what God has asked Jesus to do. And he says, get behind me, Satan. Because he's stressing that, you know, what he's supposed to do is of God, and Peter's obsessed with worldly stuff. You know? So that's exactly how I feel about technology. So when people tell me, like, get a smartphone, I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you and fuck you again. Okay? So I do think the AI is very satanic. It's not the AI's fault, though. You know, I kind of pity the AI. So, I do believe that they had to make human beings not aware of themselves anymore. You know, like human beings are no longer sentient. So it's like they're more likely to trust things like AI because they don't recognize their own humanity anymore. So it's like they really have no idea what's being done to them. They're not the slightest bit cognizant of this experiment that's being performed on them all the time. But anyway, just let them have the last word. That one's about narcissists, okay? And that's why I don't respond to mean comments. Because, like, if you're going to leave a mean comment, you're obviously kind of a shell of yourself. And so I'll just let you. I'll let you have that insult, because that's all you have. Okay. This one's kind of confusing the way that I did it, but I like the colors a lot. It says, psychiatry is a problem cleverly disguised as a solution. Yes, I'm not a Scientologist. A lot of people are going to think that because of my views on psychiatry. No, it is possible to hate the cult of psychiatry without being in another cult. Okay? It's very possible. You can just hate cults, you know? That's why I stopped going to AA meetings. Anyway. Yes, this one's related to that one. Medication won't heal you, but prolong sickness. So yeah. That's how you know something is bad. It's like, is it prolonging this negative thing that you're experiencing? And I know that people fight me when it comes to marijuana. Like, if you use something, especially a psychedelic, if you use something to try to, like, elevate yourself or, like, learn about an experience or, you know, it depends on the intention, and it all depends on, like, you know, the state of mind that you're in when you do it, but also afterwards. Like, what happens afterwards? Are you paying attention to that at all? Because if you're not, then your medicine sucks, okay? But, yeah. I think that a lot of times we think that things are helping, but they're actually hurting us. And we typically won't realize that till it's way too late. But yes, I saved the best for last because I told y'all I was going to do this, but yeah, I love this poster so much. This one's about voters. Well, at least you got that sticker. I just think it's awesome. Like, just the stripes, everything about it. I fucking love this poster. I'm so grateful that God gave me this. Whatever this is, whatever this talent is that I have, I'm so grateful for it. But yeah. They give you the sticker to infantilize you. Because, like, none of these people ever do what they say. They give you the bare minimum, and people are totally fine with the bare minimum because at least they have this little trinket. Like, oh, well, you know, you can go on Instagram and prove that you're totally fine with being nothing more than cattle, you know? Can you believe how many people are proud of that? Can you believe how many people can't wait to announce that to the world? It's pretty sad and depressing. But yeah, I'm gonna work on these other ones. I could just show them to you after I'm done with them, but I think it's kind of cool to show you the process. What's the intention of the invention? Society ain't even worth a 16th of a shit. We the people don't decide diddly squat. I think that's blood. I think I started bleeding at some point, and then, yeah. Blood, sweat, and tears, damn it. All for my art. Mass consumers never value whatever they consume. Yeah. Very true. You are also a useful idiot. This is not a feminist talking point, but I said this in a video a couple weeks ago, and it's so fucking true. The penis head lacks ears. It does. It really does. And I'm not just talking about men that want to have sex that don't listen to their girlfriend that says that she doesn't, or their wife, or whatever. It's about him, like, not realizing that he doesn't have to do what his dick tells him to do. You know, mind over matter, you know? Like, I understand that it's important for a guy to ejaculate. I get that. That's why I speak out against psychiatric drugs, because it makes it harder to do that. But I think that a lot of the time, you know, you see these men that simp for women, and they put up with a lot of women's bullshit because they want to get laid. And it's like he's really selling himself short when he allows his dick to control him, you know? So that's why I made this poster. They are just lost sheep. Yeah, I did a song about that. Because it does make me really sad, the state of this world. That's why I do all the posters, by the way. And my piano punk, and my comedy, and all these videos. So, yeah. I'm trying to make the world a better place, one vlog at a time.